Welcome to another WhatBinder.com educational video. Today we're going to be looking at the Creation and Publication project. The Creation and Publication project is a project where you make a thing and you put it out into the world because your learning should transcend the classroom walls. We're going to start by seeing that the publication project focuses on transforming students by taking their work outside of the classroom. It gives students a chance to ideate, create, publish their own work in a safe and comfortable environment. So often, student work comes to an end on the teacher's desk. A traditional project that took dozens of hours and led to the creation of a beautiful artifact is handed in, given a mark, and discarded. This project gives that chance a life beyond the classroom walls. So let's take a look at what we are going to be doing. You will be compiling a digital creation. You will choose one of a number of different formats for your creation, and you will then need to research the best way to bring your creation to a modern audience through publication. Finally, you will attempt to publish your piece, leading a presentation that explains the process. Note that this is a multi-stage project. There are a number of steps, and we will look at the first one here. You must choose a format. It could be a short story, an article, an essay, a short video, an animated feature, an app, a game, a mixed media piece, a digital painting, a photo essay, something else. You will notice that there is something for everyone here. If you want to write, you can write. If you want to create a visual art piece, you can do that. If you want to create an audio piece, you can go ahead and do that. If you would like to create something that blends them all together, or make a digital piece, a video game, an app, anything like that, you are free to do that. So what you would like to make is completely up to you. But please note that there are some requirements. If you're making a written piece, it has to be between 500 and 1,000 words. If you're creating a video, it's 2 to 5 minutes. If you're doing an animated piece, 1 to 5 minutes. If you are making an app or a game, it does need to be fully developed. And if none of those things fit your format because you're thinking of making a song or an entire album, well, you just need to talk to your teacher and find out what they have in mind for you. Once you've done that, you can use the graphic organizer on this sheet to explain what your format is and explain why did you choose that. Is there some reason you wanted to make an animation or a mixed media piece? And once you've done that, once you have an idea of what you are doing, you can move on to step 2. Choosing a publication method. There are so many ways that we can publish our work. We can self-publish on a digital store to immediately sell things. Or we can work with a print-on-demand service. You could actually submit a query letter to publishers or submit to a magazine. If you've made a video, maybe there are some film festivals. If you've made a song, there are radio stations that you can submit your work to. There are all sorts of options available to you, and we'll look more at each of those options in another video. This video is to give you an overview of the project as a whole, and once you've selected your publication method through research, you can write that down and explain why you selected that method. It could be that you think because you made a song, getting it out onto the radio is the best way for it to go into the world. Next, you'll be creating your piece. Again, your piece can be anything you want, but it must be a high-quality digital creation. If you've created an analog painting on canvas, that's fine. Scan it, take a picture of it, upload it to your computer. That's all you need to do, and now it's a digital piece as well. If you've typed up an essay, well, that's digital right there. If you've handwritten your essay, again, scan it, take some pictures. It's now digitized. Once you've created that, you need to think of how it will highlight your text theme. So here we see there is a requirement. You need to connect what you make to the theme of at least one text that you have looked at this year. It could be a graphic novel, it could be a novel study novel, it could be an article. That's up to you. But something that you have studied in this class, you need to use to connect your digital created piece to. And you also need to think about how does it create to either your own life or how does it connect to modern society. So you will be having a text to text to text connection. The studied class text connecting to your creative piece, connecting to either society or your own life. You then need to publish your piece, and you don't have to be successful. Many successful creators did not start getting published straight away. A number of famous authors had their books turned down more times than they can imagine. You will need to collect evidence, however, that you tried to publish. This could be a screenshot of the form you filled out, an email that you got confirming that it was sent off, or the actual store link for your self-publication piece. And again, while you may not be successful, you will have gained the skills to publish and move forward as a creator. Once again, there is a graphic organizer here that you can use to fill out what your theme was, what your connection to self or society is, what evidence you're going to submit, and maybe what you'd like to make in the future. Once you have all of that done, you are well on your way. The only step left is the presentation. You will be responsible for presenting both your creation, the information you gathered about publishing, and your connections to the theme in a 3 to 7 minute presentation. 3 minutes is just as good as 7 minutes so long as all the required elements are connected with. You need to show off your creation and explain why it's fantastic, why what you made adds to the world, why you thought your form of publication you used best fit your creation, the successes and the hardships that you had while trying to publish, how you would like to move forward as a creator, and a couple of different visual elements to help explain your piece. This could be some images of your creative piece, it could be images of your publication, or it could be something else entirely. That's going to be up to you. A sample outline is shown here if you would like to make a 6-minute video. But again, it only needs to be 3 minutes. So you need to figure out what works best for you. If you've created a 5-minute video, you may want to use a 7-minute presentation so that you can show your whole video. There are a few things that you'll need to remember. The length requirements from what you selected, that you need to show how the editing process was used. You'll need a rough copy and a final copy. You will need to be able to explain the text-to-text-to-text connection. You must try to publish, and you must create that 3 to 7 minute presentation. That's really all there is to it. Please stay tuned for the follow-up videos that look at all the different publication methods. Again, this has been the Creation and Publication Project, brought to you by WhatBinder.com.